Okay, today we're going to be testing out these two Central Pneumatic Media Blasters or Sand Blasters. These are sold at Harbor Freight. This one on the right is Harbor Freight's older unit. It's item number 37025. You can still find it on their website and look at the reviews, which are okay, not great. This one here is their newer one, item number 59483. And you'll find on the website that it has few, if any, reviews. I'm going to be going through both of these, trying to figure out what changed between the two and how that makes the new one hopefully better. And then I've got a bunch of work to do on this trailer, so you'll see some demonstration of how each performs. Okay, let's get both of these boxes opened up. So immediately opening the box and getting them out, I see one major change between the two units. You can see this one here, this hose has a spring around it to help keep it from kinking. And this one came right out of the box with a big old kink in it. Now of course this is the tube that the media is flowing through, and having a big kink through it immediately makes it a lot harder to push media through that hose. I can see that the molds used to create both of these units were pretty much identical. Probably nothing changed at all. They did change color of the material just a little bit, and obviously the stickers have changed a little bit. Alright, let's continue on and see what else is different. This gun was right down in the bottom of the box, and this gun was down inside the kit. Looking at each so far, I don't spot any major differences, but I'm going to pull them out and take a closer look. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my PPE on, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with the older Central Pneumatic unit first. And I'm going to start on this rusty and painted metal. It's more painted on top and a little more rusty on bottom, on the right side of this black mark, and we're going to see how it does. Okay, thus far I'm only getting a tiny bit of the media actually coming through the gun. Okay, I've only sandblasted for about maybe minute in total. I am finding media on the ground, so I know it's coming out. I checked the air pressure on the air compressor, and I'm running around 100 psi right now. The gun has a range between 50 to 120, so I might go ahead and crank that up just a little bit more. But so far I'm having pretty disappointing results. I've only been able to remove just a small layer of the black paint. Underneath the black paint is a white paint, and underneath that white paint is primer, and under that is the raw metal and milk coat. And you can see I'm struggling to even get the black paint off, and really only in the places where it's mostly peeling already. It's hardly removed any rust at all. By contrast, I'm going to go ahead and run the new Central Machinery sandblaster and see if it has any additional effect. I'm not going to make any changes to the air compressor just yet. Wow, immediately I'm receiving like 5 times as much media coming out of the gun. Well, if you can't tell, the color of my concrete has changed to a nice walnut color. This newer kit is putting out probably 10 times as much media as the old kit was. I didn't change any settings on the air compressor. I set the guns up exactly the same. In fact, the guns themselves actually look identical. I couldn't tell one difference between the two. The hopper themselves look identical, except that the color is slightly different. The only thing I've been able to tell is different so far is the hoses and the way the hoses hook up to the hopper. This one's got the spring helping keep it from kinking. This one had a kink right out of the box. The hose material is much better on the new machine versus the old machine. If the only difference is that hose, that is a huge difference, because I can't believe how much more media is coming out of this. As far as my workpiece here, this is the left side that is running the new Media Blaster. This is the right side that ran the old Media Blaster. And you can see how much more material, how much more old paint this one took off than this side. Obviously you can tell that this fine walnut shell is just not doing the job. So I'm gonna go pick up something a little more aggressive, and I'll be back to show you how that goes. Okay, so I've got the black aluminum oxide. I went to Harbor Freight and got this. It's a 25-pound tub of 70 grit blast media, and it's supposed to be quite a bit more aggressive than the walnut shell, but I guess we're gonna find out. I did mark the guns new and old, just in case there is some difference with the guns, which I still have not identified any differences with the guns yet. Okay, so you can see this black aluminum oxide does seem to be a lot more aggressive and is doing a better job of getting this paint and rust off this trailer. It's blasting through the black paint, the white paint, and the primer, and even through the milk coat pretty effectively, and down to the raw steel. So it is taking off a pretty good layer of material, and I'm pretty impressed with the black aluminum oxide. This is all using this older hopper, this older kit, and I'm going to go ahead and let the compressor catch up, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the new kit and see what the difference is. Okay, well my camera keeps getting overheated and turning off, but as you can see, both the new and the old, this is the old blaster kit, this is the new blaster kit, both of them are working just fine in delivering the media and blasting the old paint and rust off the trailer. The odd thing is I'm having slightly better luck using the old gun versus the new gun. I do agree that the hose and the kit from the new sandblasting kit is working a lot better, but the gun seems to be working a little bit better from the old in actually removing the material. So I'm going to keep working on this a little bit longer and see what I can come up with. Okay, gonna try the new gun again a little bit more with the new hopper and hoses. Okay, well the material is definitely getting delivered, but for some reason it's just not really knocking the old paint off of there. Going back to the old gun. Yeah, it's interesting. The old gun does seem to be performing a little bit better. Now, both sandblasting kits are actually working pretty decent with this black aluminum oxide. Certainly a lot better than the walnut shell. Well, there's one difference. The old nozzle that comes in the gun doesn't have an O-ring. The new one does. And this crescent wrench feels like it just came out of the oven. Well, there you go. This is the new gun. This is the old gun. And the only difference in any of the parts in here I can find is the nozzle on the new gun comes with an O-ring. The nozzle with the old gun does not. That's the only difference I can find between these two guns. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say that the new sandblasting kit from Harbor Freight is probably a little bit better than the old one, but it also kind of depends on what media you're using. If you're using the black aluminum oxide, I think I'd lean towards the old kit. And if I was using something bigger like the walnut shell, I'd probably lean towards the new kit. If you've got both available to you, that is. And if I really got to pick what I'm using, I'd probably use the new hopper and hoses with the old gun that is provided. Now, I could barely tell that there was any difference between the old gun and the new gun, so I'm going to go ahead and say that maybe that nozzle with the O-ring on it had something to do with it. So maybe try out some different nozzles and see which one works best for you. Otherwise, I couldn't tell any difference between that new gun and the old gun otherwise. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep both kits. I'm gonna probably use the new hopper, the new hose, and the old gun, and then I'll continue to try out some other nozzles. Anyway, so good luck in your projects. All the media and all the sandblasters and stuff that you saw in this video are all purchased by me using my own money. And so the best thing you can do for me is to like the video, maybe comment if you've used one of these kits or how you liked it and what media you used and if it worked out well for you. And then also give my channel a subscribe, and you can watch these fun videos that I put out, projects that I'm always working on, including like trailers, the project that you saw me sandblasting on, is a boat trailer conversion into a flatbed trailer, and that video should be coming out within the next few weeks. So go ahead and subscribe to watch out for my videos, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks, see ya.